Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
Welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. As always, we're sponsored by Health West. Great organization, great people, great admin. Give them a Google, give them a call, find out where they're closest to you, and see how they can serve you and your loved ones. Now, everyone, going into this new week, it's looking like it's going to be a good week. I hope, in Southeast Idaho, I'm talking about. I don't know about the different parts of Idaho. Hopefully, you guys are going to have some sunshine. Hopefully, the winter is going to be far, far away from us. I love a nice Idaho summer. So let's pray for that. But I was just thinking, I'm not really an organized person. Thank goodness I have some good organized people that work for me. And I just recently hired another virtual assistant who is very, very capable of taking on things off my plate. And but I want to talk about the importance of, even if you don't have a routine, like every morning you do bop, 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 if you're not one of those people, you need to have certain things that you do regardless every month with no ands, if, or buts about it. Like, hey, so let's talk about some of those things. Number one, a huge one at the beginning of every month, you need to be talking to your bookkeeper. And if you're your own bookkeeper at this point and you've been in business for more than 3 years and you've got employees and stuff like that, get yourself off the bookkeeping. It's you're gonna generate so much more revenue with the time you're not bookkeeping. And you're gonna say, I know you're gonna say, oh, Spencer, I'm only matching a few things. I'm only just categorizing a couple things. It's still a couple hours a month that you can have towards other finding efforts or managing efforts or whatever. Being creative to bring revenue into your company, or being just more insightful of how to push your company forward. So do that. So hire a bookkeeper. Tell them that you need your books reconciled by the 5th of every month. Now, by doing this, you're going to have to answer questions that they have. Like, hey, if you're using QuickBooks Online, they're going to have a category that says "Ask my accountant" or "Ask your accountant." You need to answer those questions. Like, hey, what does this need to be classified under? What is this expense? What is this? Help her with that, or help him with that, so they can help you. Because if you're not helping them, how can they reconcile your books? So make it due by the 5th of every month. And if you have a partner in your business or whatever it is, or your general manager, you sit down on the 5th every month and you sit down and you pull out that profit and loss statement. I always like to pull it out and you run it just for that, the month, the last month, so last month was April 1 to April, was it 30 or 31? I can't remember. And I like to turn on the percentage of income tab. So it breaks down my different categories by percentage of income. So I'm a big percentage person. I like to see things, trends going up. Obviously, I like to see revenue going up and, net operating income going up, but I need to make sure my percentages are dialed in. If they're not, I know straight away something's up. So this is a good routine for you and your management team, your partner, to go through every month. And this is how people or organizations, this is how embezzling starts, or racketeering, is by people not paying attention to the numbers and diving deep and asking questions of like, hey, why is this category so much this month? Why is professional development so much? Why is professional services? What's the difference between professional services and professional development? Okay, and then talk to your accountant. Talk to your bookkeeper. because you're the one that should be making those rules of like, okay, how do I categorize things? How do these categories should make sense to you? Okay, even if you need to see a category that says legal services instead of professional services. For me, professional services is legal and like CPA type services, and bookkeeping services. Those are professional services for me. But ask questions. Ask questions of your partner. Ask questions of your manager, and then dive deep. Say, hey, why are we off on this metric this last month? What happened here? Explain to me, how we can manage this category better. How can we do this? If you're doing that, holy smokes, guys and gals, you're going to see that you're diving deeper into your company, and things will radically change. But if you're not measuring anything, you're not going to manage anything. So get in there, break it down, and also look at your balance sheet. But the P&L is huge. So talk to your bookkeeper if you're a retail store, or if you're if you're a service business. They'll tell you how to run your P&L if you need to run it off of cash basis or accrual basis. Talk to them, those professionals, and they'll help you set that all apart. I'm not smart enough for all that stuff. So checking your books, huge one. Okay. Well, another thing we do, we have a weekly management, like a weekly admin meeting where all the heads come together for like a 15, maybe half an hour meeting over Google Meet. And this is people from Idaho Falls, sometimes Burley, all that kind of stuff, all the way into Pocatello. And we're talking just, hey, there's an agenda, and we go through the same agenda every week, and it's metric based. Like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So every week we're keeping up on things that are absolutely important to running the organization, and it could be different for you guys. Maybe you need to meet more or less or whatever. But having your finger on the pulse of your business makes it so much easier. So at the end of the month, when you're actually looking at your P&L, you're not taken back and be like, whoa, how did this happen? I love these weekly meetings because then I can see, okay, hey, why is this variation happening so much right here? Like, why is there, when we're looking at these different metrics, those KPIs, you can really tell week to week, hey, what's going on? And you can get in front of that situation quickly instead of only looking or managing at a month at a time. And if you're only looking at the P&L in a month and behind, then it's like you're driving a car looking out the back window. Okay, you're not helping the situation. You're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, yeah, that's what happened last month. I'm going to try to tweak a few things and hopefully the best for next month. Okay, no, have something that's reoccurring that you're keeping your finger on the pulse. And you're going to say, hey, I don't have time for that. I'm so busy. Well, this is the third thing. I just told you I got done hiring a virtual assistant, and I'm going to have someone from this company on this podcast because I think they're a fantastic company, and I'm not getting paid by them or anything, but it's a company called Great Assistant out of Austin, Texas. They hire you more high-end assistants, and these guys are phenomenal. They have great systems in place. But the person we've brought on and onboarded has just been phenomenal. For even it's our first week with her. They're reading between the lines. They're getting on our meetings and they're giving us this is what's happening. They're assigning different people different tasks through our task manager. Hey, Josh, you are assigned to do this. So and so you're assigned to do this, and then putting due dates, all that kind of stuff. It's so nice, So instead of you running around thinking, okay, I signed you this 3 weeks ago, and this was me. I signed this project out a month and a half ago. Why isn't it done? Oh, because I forgot about it, and you guys dropped the ball on it. Something got lost in translation. I'm going to take the blame because maybe I wasn't as clear of what I wanted. So obviously, I'll take the blame on that. But this time going forward, we're going to be a lot more clear, and we're going to set clear expectations, and we're going to get this thing done on a given deadline. So And these are some, 2 or 3 things that I think are necessary to continue to run your company. And if you're struggling now, I swear these things will help you. Just doing these simple things. If you're just that person that gets up in the morning and checks your bank account, your business account, and you're like, okay, I've got money today. That's a scary way to run your business. Okay, you need to be looking at books, looking at trends, finding ways, and talking to CPAs or consultants and stuff like that. Smarter people that can help you manage your cash flow. And there's fractional CFOs out there if you're a big enough company. But that's a scary way. I used to be that way, but that's a scary way to run your business. So be better than just being that person that looks at your account every morning and be like, okay, I've got enough money. Let's hope for the best, Don't do that. You're better than that, and you can grow your company better by having these regular occurring meetings. The P&L balance sheet meeting, the weekly admin meeting. It can be even daily huddles, a daily 5-minute huddle with your team. Hey, we need to get this done today. These are the key objectives that we have to accomplish. Okay, this is what we lacked on yesterday. This is what we have to focus on today. Okay, let's make this up. What we lacked on yesterday. So this is the goals. Boom, boom, boom. Let's rock. Okay. Too many people think, I have to have a meeting is like, everyone has to sit down. It's going to be this big, long, boring lecture. No, it doesn't. It has to be. It can be really, really quick. Just simple little meetings. We have a weekly, another weekly rundown meeting with just kind of a huddle with every single employee. It's also Google Meet. They can get on and just quickly, like sometimes they'll even be in the field working. And they'll just tune in with their earbuds, and we'll just go over some key things, and they'll just quickly listen, and then our VA will take down those key talking points and then put them in our chat, so everyone knows what was talked about and they can remember the key points. So, telling you these are the things that will help you push forward. I'm only speaking from experience, guys. I'm not someone that's just got it all figured out. I've learned the hard way, and I've learned that, my gosh, I was that person, and I still make big mistakes. But I'm telling you, learn from my mistakes. Be that person that's going to be more decisive going forward and help your company be more efficient. As always, be happy, be grateful, and find opportunities to serve others. And I promise you, your happiness levels will go up. Until next time, guys, adios. Have a great week. Stay in the sunshine and enjoy yourself.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.